So once you have defined the logic model, GeneXus will be in charge of specifying the physical model automatically, not only when you create it, but later on throughout the maintenance and the different changes that you may make to your system. For this, we will focus on learning about two very important GeneXus functionalities. One of them is automated reorganization, and the other one is the possibility to integrate those physical models that already exist through the Barrett tool. So we will see how GeneXus works with a physical model and what we can do when we are developing applications. In this case, what I'm going to create is a new transaction to show you one of the functionalities that we have when you automatically create the physical model that goes through a process called reorganization. When you reorganize, GeneXus automatically transforms and adapts that physical model already created by GeneXus itself and displaying the changes that you made to it. So in this case, I'm going to create a transaction that will be called investments. And we will define an ID, a description, and we will say that for each ID of an investment, you will have a user that will be related to such ID. When you define the entity, this investment entity, you see that you're relating the investment registers with the user registers. Once you make the changes and you create this new entity, you run the application and GeneXus will automatically trigger the reorganization process and it will notify you on the changes that will impact the physical model. In this case, in the impact analysis, you will see in detail that you're creating a new physical table that is called investments with the different attributes that we mentioned before. When you click on reorganize, GeneXus will write those changes and it will describe them on the physical model of the database that you selected. It's important to mention that GeneXus will also be in charge of automatically moving information whenever you make some changes that impact the physical model. This allows you to change the physical model without losing information that is already stored in your system. This gives you a better maintenance and it allows you to reduce to a large extent the cost of making any changes to the logic model of your application. Another important functionality that GeneXus offers when it comes to interacting with the physical models is the possibility of having some reverse engineering on already existing databases. This will allow you to include tables of external systems and legacy systems within your new projects created on GeneXus without losing information. And you can create systems that interact with legacy systems or external systems. Now we will see how we can do some reverse engineering from a database in order to add new entities to our model. Here you click on Tools and you have the option that says Database Reverse Engineering that allows you to select as part of the different management systems for your database, which you will be integrating with. Then you select the connection type and the server's name. And finally, you have the database name. Once you enter the credentials for the external database with which you want to connect, GeneXus will automatically show you which are the tables that already exist in that legacy system. And you can include any tables with the respective information in your logic model. For instance, here you can select the airport table from a legacy system because we're interested in including that information. What's important about this process is that GeneXus will create, based on that integration, a transaction object and a data view object that will be in charge of generating the data view with that external system that you're integrating with. Consequently, we will have the entity available to work and interact with when you are creating your application. So in the case of this demo for eBanking, we will be able to integrate with other legacy systems through which you will get information that will make the application richer.